Alright folks, welcome back on a very, very damp and wet Wednesday. I've been outside quite a bit lately. I've got a bit of the sniffles, so I think the old hay fever's got to me as well as Dan. But yeah, I won't be doing nothing out there today. But anyway, obviously the big one is the Queen's speech, as read by Charlie yesterday. Now, I've never actually sat and watched the ceremony before, but yesterday I was interested. One, because what the speech was could be contained, and it was on in the background, and I was just waiting for the speeches to come up. But I did glance at the procession, shall we call it. Now, I said yesterday about how much this was going to cost us, the taxpayer, for this pomp and ceremony, which is only tradition. That's the only reason it's there for. We're paying for their tradition. But the amount of policing, they were there for 2-3 days sorting out security. They got helicopters, they got them everywhere. It must run into millions, that could be spent along with the manpower fighting real crime. Although I do find it funny that some of the biggest criminals in the country are parading past them. Missing out there, aren't they? But you got the rest that follows. You got the Crown turns up in its own bloody car, followed by the sword in its own car, followed by maces in their own car, scepters, another car. Every bit of kit gets its own car. Well, couldn't they put them on the bloody seat next to Charlie and his missus? Just take the one car. Or get it even cheaper. You could have got an Uber, That would have saved a few quid, but how much did that little lot cost to be carried in and carried out? It's ridiculous. But 38 bills that have now got the go-ahead by royalty, as they have to have, that they got to go through. To name a few, you got the online safety bill, which is basically, yes, there are things in there to protect vulnerable people. Totally agree with that. Certain other things that are in there I agree with. But a majority of it is designed to silence people that don't agree to the narrative. And basically it will shut down free speech, even debate, or even questioning the shit shower in power. And if you get involved in that and get hauled up for doing that under one of the other bills, they'll be able to throw you in prison for it even. But yeah, I do believe the vulnerable should be protected, and the youngsters, and women also, but also the men. This goes to everybody, this sort of shit that goes on there. But most of it is aimed at protecting the government. And along with the new policing bill, you think the police are bad now. You wait till they get given these new powers. There's a load of new laws going to be introduced, which they obviously won't understand, or their role or involvement in it. You can get up to 10 years for protesting. You'll be able to be jailed for a year just for whatever the police deem as being a nuisance. Very 1984, isn't it? But be ready, people. There's a new regime of tyranny coming from them. And then you got the Borders Bill. Well, as I said the other day, all this is going to do is tie everything up in court, because the lefties are going to question everything. We'll end up paying them legal aid to fight the case and question it, which is happening at the moment anyway. And why that's all tied up in court for years, they're still going to keep coming. And nothing will be done about it. And that'll cost us a lot more than 5 million a bloody day that it is to keep these people in this country now. And don't get me started even on the Levelling Up Act and the Economic Act and the Economic Bill, the Build Back Better Bill, whatever it is. I mean, there's 38 of the bloody things. And I haven't been through half of them yet. I've only glanced at the odd bits on them. It's going to take some keeping up with. Especially as we know they're going to push them through, because they've got to be done in this parliamentary session. They're going to be pushing them through. They're going to be doing it at night. They're going to be doing it when it's quiet. And it's going to take some keeping up with, but I'm going to try. But everything like that that's in there is designed at either the going green, which at the moment isn't practical. It isn't even possible with the targets they've set, because, as we've said before, the infrastructure ain't there. So that ain't going to happen. Councils can't afford to insulate every home, fit new heat pumps and everything in every home. That ain't going to happen. But it's all designed to make them richer. Same with the power companies. So buckle up, people. It's going to be bumpy. 38 bills on the table, and they're all going to push. But another one to finish with that I did find surprising was the promise to protect cash. Boris, there's your cashless society straight out the window. By royal decree, we will protect cash. I did like to hear that one. Anyway, people, for those that didn't know or didn't visit Pap's community channel page yesterday, he sounds like he's got some real bad hay fever going on. His eyes were streaming and a runny nose and that, and he couldn't even see what he was doing. So if you didn't go over and find out, that's the reason he didn't put any videos out yesterday. The one he did put out was pre-recorded the previous day. So hope you're feeling a bit better, perhaps. There ain't a lot of hay fever relief tablets about at the moment, and I think I'm suffering a bit. So, but anyway, people, until the next one, as always, thank you very much for your support. My respects to each and every one of you. And until the next time, stay safe, stay strong, stay free. I'm gone.